Okay. When I work with people, some of the questions I'll ask is, where do you eat? How do you eat? What do you eat? And we just get a really good, like, observational layout of what's going on. So we can either do that through someone keeping a food journal, me asking, at large scale research studies, you could do pages of a food frequency questionnaire. You could do really in-person brief interviews on what people are eating. So how you collect the data on what somebody's eating is different. And there's definitely tips. There's definitely ways to ask without leading the witness, just like saying, hey, okay, let's just talk about what you had to eat yesterday. What'd you have for breakfast? That would be the wrong question to ask, because then you're assuming that they had breakfast. And so either they're going to feel like, okay, let me just lie and say something, or they're going to think, well, did I have breakfast? I didn't have breakfast. And then they're like, quickly, this is happening in their brain. So a better way to phrase it is to say, what's the first thing you had to eat yesterday? And sometimes people have a hard time remembering. And then you think about, well, what time did you wake up? And you just kind of go over the day. There is a bias in research, as we call that self-report bias, where sometimes when people self-report their food, and this is proven that sometimes depending upon genders, depending upon age, they're going to either over-report or under-report, and that's validated in research. And so you have to think about that when you're collecting data, that there might be kind of a weakness in the study, and a good research study that's peer-reviewed will kind of mention, hey, here are the results, but there might be some weaknesses with how we collected the data. What is really interesting is since the 2000s, I want to say 70s or 80s, the ability to go out to eat, and especially post-pandemic with all of the ways that you can get food delivered straight to your door without leaving the house, eating out is easier than ever before. So if you think about, okay, what were my last 3 meals and where have I eaten? If I think about my meals today, I actually ate home cooked meals all day today. From breakfast to, I was at like a luncheon, but they were home cooked meals. And then dinner was, we just made Cobb salads. The day before that, I ate out for lunch because I was working. The day before that, we ate out for dinner because on Mondays, my kids like to do this certain ritual on Mondays. And on Sunday, if I remember correctly, we went out we didn't. So, but then Saturday was out to eat twice, if not 3 times. And so if you just take a look at that, like 4 days, that's eating out 5 or 6 times. And that's not uncommon. We have a culture where we're go, 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 go. And so the pillar of eating at home and eating slow and eating even home cooked bread is the odd duck. And so when you look at the nutrition of what is out at restaurants, it's going to be compromised. You're going to have high fat, high sugar, high sodium. And if you have that built up over time, that's going to affect chronic disease rates. So as a culture, we definitely want to have conversation of how you're eating and what is your lifestyle like. When I used to work for a bariatric surgeon, one of the questions was, how often are you eating outside the home? Because one of the pillars that you want to see after surgery is home cooked meals, because that's going to help with success rates for whatever the goals are after surgery. If you're eating out, success rates for surgery goes down. It is possible to comply with the requirements after bariatric surgery eating out, but it's very difficult. It's almost playing with fire. And so one of the things that for me as a dietitian, I would want to really nurture the habit of home cooked meals prior to surgery, so that's easier after. That's hard to do. We have a lifestyle where we work a lot. We are in school a lot. We have multiple jobs to afford the things that we want to afford, and that's praised. The hustle is praised. And so what it will take to shift to more home-cooked meals so our nutrients are more regulated will require a systemic shift of supporting education and supporting lower economic classes. I hope this helps. These are deeper conversations to be aware of at a large scale perspective. Okay.